Hey ambitious aspirants, I am Advocate Tamanna and welcome to Anmol Mehta's Super 20 IAS. So guys, हमारी करंट अफेयर सीरीज अखबार का ज्ञान जो आएगा काम की ऑलरेडी 7 वीडियोस अपलोड हो चुकी हैं ऑन आवर चैनल ऑन यूट्यूब। तो देखने के लिए सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल। हमारी करंट अफेयर सीरीज अखबार का ज्ञान जो आएगा काम की ये है वीडियो नंबर 8 और इस वीडियो का कंपोनेंट है पॉलिटी एंड आईआर। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं विद द क्वेश्चंस फॉर दिस वीडियो। Question number 1. Consider the following statements. Article 359 is confined to fundamental rights under Article 19 only, whereas Article 358 extends to all those fundamental rights whose enforcement is suspended by the presidential order. Article 358 extends to the entire country, whereas Article 359 may extend to the entire country or a part of it. Which of the above statements are correct? Option A, one only. Option B, two only. Option C, both. And option D, none. The correct answer is option B, two only. Article 358 is confined to fundamental rights under Article 19 only, whereas Article 359 extends to all those fundamental rights whose enforcement is suspended by the presidential order. So statement 1 is incorrect. Article 358 extends to the entire country, whereas Article 359 may extend to the entire country or a part of it. Article 358 suspends Article 19 completely, while Article 359 does not empower the suspension of the enforcement of Articles 20 and 21. Question number 2. Which of the following is not a part of the basic structure of the Constitution? Freedom and dignity of the individual, effective access to justice, Panchayati Raj institutions, and the concept of social and economic justice. The correct answer is option C, Panchayati Raj institutions. The basic features of the Constitution have not been explicitly defined by the judiciary. At least 20 features have been described as basic or essential by the courts in numerous cases and have been incorporated in the basic structure. In Indira Nehru Gandhi versus Raj Narayan and also in the Minerva Mills case, it was observed that the claim of any particular feature of the Constitution to be a basic feature would be determined by the court in each case that comes before it. So the following I'm going to speak comes under the basic structure. The sovereign democratic republican structure. Unity and integrity of the nation. The principle of equality. Not every feature of equality, but the quintessence of equal justice. The concept of social and economic justice to build a welfare state. Limitations upon the amending power conferred by Article 368. Independence of the judiciary. Effective access to justice. Freedom and dignity of the individual. So guys, you must learn all these basic features as they are very important. Question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding Public Account of India. Public Account of India accounts for flows for those transactions where the Union government acts as a banker. It includes state provident funds and small saving deposits. Expenditures from Public Account of the India require the approval of the Parliament. So which of the above statements are correct? Option A 1 and 3, option B 1 and 2, option C 2 only, and option D 2 and 3. The correct answer is option B. Public Account of India accounts for flows for those transactions where the government is merely acting as a banker. This fund was constituted under Article 266, Subclause 2 of the Constitution. Examples of those are provident funds, small savings, and so on. These funds do not belong to the government. They have to be paid back at some time to their rightful owners. Because of this, nature of the fund, expenditures from it are not required to be approved by the parliament. Question number 4. Consider the following statements. The absentee voter refers to a vote cast by someone who is unable to go to polling station. The power to include any category of persons like disabled and people over 80 years of age in the absentee voter list lies with the Election Commission of India. So which of the above statements are correct? Option A, one only, option B, two only, option C, both, and option D, none. The correct answer is option A. On the recommendation of the Election Commission, the Ministry of Law and Justice can amend the Constitution of Election Rules 1961 for allowing senior citizens and persons with disability in the absentee voter list. The absentee voter list refers to a vote cast by someone who is unable to go to the polling station. So this has been in news due to the recent polls. Question number 5. Consider the following statements regarding star campaigner. Only a recognized political party can have a star campaigner. The list of star campaigners has to be communicated to the Chief Electoral Officer and the Election Commission within a week from the date of the notification of an election. Only President can remove the leaders from the political party's list of star campaigners. Which of the above statements are correct? Option A, 1 and 2, option B, 2 only, option C, 1 and 3, and option D, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. The Election Commission has removed many leaders from the party's list of star campaigners. Who is a star campaigner? So have you heard about who is a star campaigner? Let's talk about it. A recognized political party can have 40 star campaigners and an unrecognized but registered political party can have 20. The list of star campaigners has to be communicated to the Chief Electoral Officer and Election Commission within a week from the date of notification of an election. The expenditure incurred on campaigning by such notified star campaigners is exempt from being added to the election expenditure of a candidate. However, this only applies when a star campaigner limits herself to a general campaign for the political party he or she represents. Question number 6. Consider the following statements regarding Asia Pacific Group on Money Laundering, also known as APG. The Asia Pacific Group on Money Laundering is a NATO-style regional intergovernmental body. The members are committed to implement international standards against money laundering and financing the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. So which of the above statements are correct? Option A, 1 only, option B, 2 only, option C, both, and option D, none. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. The Asia Pacific Group on Money Laundering is a FATF-style regional intergovernmental body, the members of which are committed to implement international standards against money laundering, the financing of terrorism, and the financing of proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. APG was founded in 1997 in Bangkok, Thailand, and currently consists of 41 member jurisdictions in the Asia Pacific region and a number of observer jurisdictions and international regional observer organizations. Jurisdictions that join the APG either as members or as observers commit to the recommendations of the Financial Action Task Force. Question number 7. Which of the following organization publishes the Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index? Option A, World Bank. Option B, World Trade Organization. Option C, the United Nations World Tourism Organization. And option D, World Economic Forum. The correct answer is option D, World Economic Forum. The Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index of World Economic Forum that covers 140 economies measures the set of factors and policies that enable sustainable development of travel and tourism sector which contributes to the development and competitiveness of a country. So guys, you should remember this list. There is a list you have to search it on internet. इस list में there are indexes and who publishes it. And ये इंडिया के perspective में भी और international perspective में भी आपको याद होनी चाहिए because in UPSC every year there is a question on this list कि किसने कौन सी report publish की थी और कौन कोई index publish करता है. इंडिया की as specific कम आती है I guess, but आपको international इंडेक्सेस और रिपोर्ट्स की हु पब्लिशेस इट ये याद कर लेना चाहिए. इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट. Let's move on to next question. Question number 8. With reference to the Union Public Service Commission, UPSC, consider the following statements. The Constitution of India has not specified the strength of the Commission. The Constitution authorizes the Parliament to determine the conditions of service of the Chairman and other members of the Commission. One half of the members of the Commission should be such persons who have held office for at least 10 years either under the Government of India or under the Government of a state. So which of the above statements are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 1 and 3 only. Option C, 2 and 3 only. And option D, 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option B. So the UPSC consists of a chairman and other members appointed by the President of India. The Constitution, without specifying the strength of the Commission, has left the matter to the discretion of the President, who determines its composition. So statement 1 is correct. Further, no qualifications are prescribed for the Commission's membership except that one half of the members of the Commission should be such persons who have held office for at least 10 years either under the Government of India or under the Government of a state. So, statement 3 is correct. The Constitution also authorizes the President to determine the conditions of service of the chairman and other members of the commission. So statement 2 is incorrect. Question number 9. The transformation of aspirational districts program has been launched under the aegis of which of the following ministry commission? Ministry of Panchayati Raj, Niti Aayog, Reserve Bank of India, and Prime Minister's Office. The correct answer is option B. Launched in January 2018, the Transformational of Aspirational Districts initiative aims to remove the heterogeneity through a mass movement to quickly and effectively transform these districts. This program is a policy priority for Government of India. Niti Aayog anchors the program with support from central ministries and the state governments. While Niti Aayog is steering the initiative in 30 districts, various central ministries oversee 50 districts beside the Ministry of Home Affairs, which focuses on 35 left-wing extremism affected districts. Officers at the level of Joint Secretary, Additional Secretary have been nominated to become the central Prabhari officers of each district. States have appointed state nodal and Prabhari officers. An empowered committee under the convenership of the CEO, Niti Aayog, will help in the convergence of the various government schemes and streamlining of efforts. Question number 10. The famous Minerva Mills case was related to. Option A, evolution of the basic structure doctrine of the Constitution of India. Option B, supremacy to directive principles of state policy over the fundamental rights. Option C, expansion of the right to freedom of speech and expression. And option D, both A and B. The correct answer is option D, both A and B. So Minerva Mills Limited and others versus Union of India and others is a landmark decision of the Supreme Court of India that applied and evolved the basic structure doctrine of the Constitution of India. The 42nd Amendment Act accorded the position of legal primacy and supremacy to the directive principles over the fundamental rights conferred by Article 14, 19, and 31. However, this extension was declared as unconstitutional and invalid by the Supreme Court in the Minerva Mills case. So I hope you guys like the video. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, do comment below or WhatsApp on the number. Share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching and happy learning.